bigger than the Earth or the outer reaches of the solar system.
No.
Planet 9 is thought to be similar to Uranus and Neptune, but has not yet been seen directly. Well, these are the 8 planets that we know: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. For 76 years, Pluto was also considered to be a planet, but in 2006 it was controversially reclassified as a dwarf planet. But now scientists have discovered evidence of a hidden planet that is 10 times bigger than Earth in the outer reaches of the solar system. This new 9th planet is 60 billion miles away from the Sun. That's 20 times further than Neptune.
They're
It's
telling
so
lies.
far that it takes around 3.5 days for the Sun's light to reach it. Because of its far-flung location, experts think Planet 9 could take up to 20,000 years to make a single journey around
Lies.
the Sun.
Takes 3,600
We
years.
speak now to the astrophysicist, Dr. David Brown, who's at the University of Warwick. He joins us now live from Coventry. A very good afternoon to you. How excited are you by the suggestion of a Planet 9?
Good afternoon. I'm cautiously excited by this, actually. If this is indeed another planet in the solar system, it's a very, very important discovery, a very big discovery, and it could change.
They've known for years, the liars.
Of our solar system and where we place it compared to the other systems of planets that we know of out in the galaxy.
Well, let's explore that a little bit more then, because when you do find something quite as big as this knocking around in your solar system, I guess it does raise questions about what else we don't know about. So what do you think the implications would be if this was definitively proved to be there?
I think that it's going to be very hard to find it and definitively prove its existence. There is an ongoing search, certainly. I'm not sure what it would say about other bodies in the solar system. As you move further away from the Sun, it becomes much harder to find these objects, even something as big as this possible planet. And so finding anything further out that's going to be this big again, I think would be, with current technology, almost impossible. But certainly this opens up the possibility that there are other planets in the system that we haven't found yet.
And you talk about the difficulty of establishing whether or not it definitively is there, but how do we know what we do know? How do you find a planet like this?
Sure. It comes back to actually the way that Neptune was found. So Neptune was discovered by looking at the orbit of Uranus and then looking at how that was slightly different compared to what we expected based on what we knew about gravity. So Pluto is the edge of what's called the Kuiper Belt. It's a group of small objects at the far edges of the solar system. And there's a group of around 6 of these objects that have very strange orbits that all line up together. They have very similar shapes, very similar lengths, and they all point in the same direction. And the only way that this can really happen is if there is something very large with sufficient gravity to pull these orbits and line them up like that. As a side effect, this big object also creates some Kuiper Belt objects, some small objects out there that have orbits that are at right angles to everything else in the solar system. And we've also found 1 or 2 of these, and so this combination of unusual orbits that suggests there is something big, something that's pulling on them with the strength of its own gravity that we haven't yet found.
Look
Something
at the
very
lights.
big. I think it's 10 times the size of Earth, the suggestion, 10 times bigger than Earth, also 60 billion miles away from the Sun. Is it possible to guess at what it's like on this planet, given that distance from the Sun?
You can make some assumptions about the amount of light it's going to be receiving from the Sun, but it's almost impossible to get an idea of what it looks like. Based on its mass, as you said, 10 times the Earth, we can put it somewhere similar to a small Uranus or a small Neptune, so maybe an icy planet, but it could also be a giant-sized version of the Earth, so a big rocky planet. These planets are actually the most common type that we found in the Milky Way outside the solar system. And so it's always been a bit unusual that we haven't found one and we don't have one in the solar system. So this Planet 9 actually, in some ways, brings the solar system closer to the other planets that we found.
Fascinating stuff. Dr. David Brown, thanks very much indeed for talking to us about it.
Thank you.
In this week, on the sky has a new object, weak, faint, reddish dot, until it is observed only by astronomers, but after May 2011, it can be seen with naked eyes, in some places. The dark planet's name is Planet X, a mysterious part of our solar system. NASA has recognized the probability of its existence in 1982.
Planet X will fly around the Earth so close that the consequences for the Earth and for all humans would be catastrophic. Because Planet X is much larger than Earth, the gravitational field of Planet X will be much stronger than the Earth's gravitational field. Devastating effect of the field of Planet X X. It is approaching the Earth from 2012. It will change the axis of our planet and shift the poles of our Earth. Global cooling, new ice age, and world floodings will lead to extinction to all species on the Earth's surface. 2/3 of the world population, or almost all, will die.
We are forbidden to talk about the existence of this unknown planet X or Nibiru. Remember the name of this planet because it is approaching our planet. In 1972, Joseph Brady of University of California discovered that some unknown planet causes gravitational disturbance of the orbit of Halley's Comet. Planet X is 5 times more massive than the Earth. This information was quickly closed down, referring to the error of the research apparatus. Long experienced employees of NASA suppressed or hide the existence of Planet X. All the information about Planet X are severely protected and not permitted to be publicized. Repeat of a worldwide flooding. The rescue team will only be drowned themselves. Information about Planet X are now concealed. There is no program, not even one documentary film produced by NASA to reveal their research about Planet X. It makes no sense for them to be silent about Planet X and hide away their researches about such giant red planet rise above the horizon of the Earth. 2012 Planet X was seen by naked eyes all over the world, especially from the directions of the southern hemisphere. Antarctica.
It is a celestial body larger than the size of the Earth in 5 times. The strength of its gravity is so powerful that will even change and tilt the axis of our planet Earth, and it will cause polar shift, causing magnetic shift to the poles. And then our planet would collapse unprecedentedly and lead to powerful floodings, earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, and tornadoes of unprecedented scale. In 1978, American scientists stated that in our solar system, there are not only 9 planets as officially accepted by worldwide, but in fact, there are 10 planets. Planet X moves in space at an incredibly elongated orbit, and it comes to the Earth approximately every 3,600 years. They are unable to capture Planet X in the outer space. However, in the early 1980s, after lengthy mathematical calculations and the construction of new computer models, the existence of this giant Planet X has been proven.
In 1982, NASA agreed that there is a large planet, which they named it Planet X or Nibiru.
In 2005, American astrophysicists announced that is approximately from the distance of 1 light year of the Earth, there is a huge cosmic object. A giant planet exists. This giant Planet X is approaching our planet Earth at an enormous speed. Planet X is so very dark that with the optical telescopes and other instruments in 2005 are unable to capture it. The visual records of Planet X were only provided until 2007 by NASA, when the new heavy-duty infrared telescope was launched into the orbit. What the US astronomers see in the photographs made telescope for a long time threw them into a real shock. In the black void of outer space, we clearly see the outlines of a huge planet. Undoubtedly, this is Planet X. They also name it Nibiru.
And in the coming years, this Planet X will fly at a very close distance to our planet Earth, which is going to be only several hundred kilometers from us. Being so close to our planet Earth, Planet X could easily disrupt the atmosphere of the Earth, causing unprecedented cyclopean tsunamis, earthquakes and a new worldwide deluge. The scientists have also found that Planet X has already destroyed another planet in the past. Many years ago in the solar system, there is a planet named Phaethon existed between Mars and Jupiter. The fragments of Phaethon is now in solar system as asteroid belt. The belt of asteroids is an ancient fragments of the planet Phaethon. Planet X encountered with the Phaethon, as it once again passed through the solar system. After sun a blow of this giant Planet X, the planet Phaethon shattered into pieces. In Slavic Vedas, Phaethon is called Light Dea, which means this planet destroyed Draco, reptiles and Unaki. According to US scientists, the government simply concealed the truth from humanity, avoiding causing panic to the world.
Planet X can bring considerable damage and even casualty to all inhabitants on the Earth. Representatives from all intelligence, they have
seek.
Bigger than the Earth on the outer reaches of the solar system.
No.
Planet 9 is thought to be similar to Uranus and Neptune, but has not yet been seen directly. Well, these are the 8 planets that we know: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. For 76 years, Pluto was also considered to be a planet, but in 2006 it was controversially reclassified as a dwarf planet. But now scientists have discovered evidence of a hidden planet that is 10 times bigger than Earth in the outer reaches of the solar system. This new 9th planet is 60 billion miles away from the Sun. That's 20 times further than Neptune.
They're
It's
telling
so
lies.
far that it takes around 3.5 days for the Sun's light to reach it. Because of its far-flung location, experts think Planet 9 could take up to 20,000 years to make a single journey
Lies.
to the Sun.
Takes 3,600
We
years.
speak now to the astrophysicist, Dr. David Brown, who's at the University of Warwick. He joins us now live from Coventry. A very good afternoon to you. How excited are you by this suggestion of a Planet 9?
Good afternoon. I'm cautiously excited by this, actually. If this is indeed another planet in the solar system, it's a very, very important discovery, a very big discovery, and it could change.
They've known for years, the liars.
Times bigger than the Earth or the outer reaches of the solar system.
No.
Planet 9 is thought to be similar to Uranus and Neptune, but has not yet been seen directly. Well, these are the 8 planets that we know: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. For 76 years, Pluto was also considered to be a planet, but in 2006 it was controversially reclassified as a dwarf planet. But now scientists have discovered evidence of a hidden planet that is 10 times bigger than Earth in the outer reaches of the solar system. This new 9th planet is 60 billion miles away from the Sun. That's 20 times further than Neptune.
They're
It's
telling
so
lies.
far that it takes around 3.5 days for the Sun's light to reach it. Because of its far-flung location, experts think Planet 9 could take up to 20,000 years to make a single journey around
Lies.
the Sun.
Takes 3,600
We
years.
speak now to the astrophysicist, Dr. David Brown, who's at the University of Warwick. He joins us now live from Coventry. A very good afternoon to you. How excited are you by this suggestion of a Planet 9?
Good afternoon. I'm cautiously excited by this, actually. If this is indeed another planet in the solar system, it's a very, very important discovery, a very big discovery, and it could change.
They've known for years, the liars.
Of our solar system and where we place it compared to the other systems of planets that we know of out in the galaxy.
Well, let's explore that a little bit more then, because when you do find something quite as big as this knocking around in your solar system, I guess it does raise questions about what else we don't know about. So what do you think